My next book is, I was pleasantly surprised by this book. It's a smart, heartwarming, quirky little story. It's called How Lucky by Will Leitch. And starts out as kind of a mystery story. Our protagonist, Daniel, is a young guy in his mid-20s living in Athens, Georgia. And he observes a girl. He's sitting outside of his house one morning, and he observes a girl walking, across the lot there, and he sees her every morning. But this one particular morning, he waves to her, and then a stranger's car, and she's persuaded into this stranger's car. And he doesn't think that's really that remarkable until it's reported that Ai-Chin, a girl who looks exactly like the girl he saw, is reported missing, and she's disappeared. And there's a big effort to try and find her. So you would think that he would be able to go to the police, but there's one confounding factor that makes this a little bit different, is that Daniel actually has SMA, which is spinal muscular atrophy. And actually at 26 years old, he has far surpassed any prediction made by the doctors when he was a child. It's been crippling him since he was a toddler. Basically his body is just slowly dying in a sense. I mean, he can't speak. He has a special chair that he basically lives in that has a computer that talks for him, and he can move some parts of his body. His eyebrows, in particular, are one of the ways that he communicates with his closest. But the thing of the story is that Daniel has such a rich personality. So we get a lot of his inner monologue, obviously, throughout the book, because where he's telling us the story. But he's so funny. Like, he's got such a dry sense of humor, and I laughed at some of his observations of people, and he's got some really close relationships to the woman Marjani, who comes in and basically takes care of his house for him, helps him get dressed, helps him eat, and his best friend Travis, who is also very funny, and the two of them, and the three of them basically. The three of them get together along with another student named Jennifer and try to track down what happened to Ai-Chin. And they get themselves into all kinds of trouble. And he's determined to find out what happened to her. So it was a lot of fun. It's kind of like a caper mystery, but then you also have this other aspect of learning about this disability, which is, or this challenge that this young man is facing, and how he's really persisting through it. It's amazing. It's a good book.
Yeah, I like that kind of like taking the premise of, the woman in the window, that kind of thing, and just kind of giving it like a different, like a caper twist. To it.
It's a little bit like that. But I mean, again, it's also funny and charming at the same time. So it's not quite as dark as The Woman in the Window, but yeah, you're right. That kind of that twist is really interesting.
Yeah.